Hello, everybody. These things just got a lot harder to come by if you don't live in the States. So today, the title of the video, as you guys have already seen, is going to be talking about Trump's tariff and the impact it has on PSA grading. So today, waking up in Hong Kong, there's been a bombshell of a news. Just waking up and then seeing the email saying right now there's going to be a temporary pause of the PSA submission online. And looking at it right now, it seems to affect Canada, China, Hong Kong, and Mexico. So right now, it's going to become much tougher for overseas people to submit cards to PSA. So let's have a look at the tariffs impact on submission for non-Americans. And I know right now it seems like the impact is kind of region based depending on where you live. But trust me, this will have a profound impact on collectors worldwide. So let's go have a look. All right, so it says this email from PSA saying, trying to explain what's going to happen for future PSA submissions. So it says from effect on Tuesday, March 4th, which is today, PSA will be temporarily pausing the acceptance of direct PSA grading submissions from customers in those following regions. And as a Hong Kong Canadian, this is sort of a double whammy for me. So this is a pretty big, significant impact for me if I want to submit grades moving forward. Hopefully, this tariff will only last a couple months. That's kind of my hope. Because in the short term, we can sort of stomach the impact and the disturbance, but then for a longer term impact, time will tell, and it will be very interesting to see how this impact pricing moving forward. So for a customer in Canada, it says you can still do a submission to the PSA Submission Canada Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. But then meanwhile, in Hong Kong, China, and I don't know if Macau is impacted, but then there's a lot of collectors in China and a lot of whales and a lot of big spenders. So right now, this is going to become very, very significant. It's a huge change, and my guess is that all the people that used to grade out of China now is going to submit cards to the PSA Japan because there is a local grading office in Japan, and I guess all of us in the meantime is going to migrate to the Japanese headquarters. Just like when TikTok was shut down in the States, then everybody migrated to the Xiaohongshu, the little red book. Yeah. So this is kind of like there's going to be a migration. And then now it says we do apologize to the customers in these countries, and they will try to provide further update and to the grading service to make it more accessible to all collectors worldwide. So yeah, this impact, there's many layers to kind of peel through here. But what does this mean? And what is my angle on this? I think in the short run, a lot of people that will be barred from entry to send cards to PSA at this moment. So yes, I mentioned that we can send cards to PSA Japan, although instead of paying $16.99 per card in Japan PSA website, I took a look, and then the grading cost is actually quite significant. Minimum is 20 cards, bulk submission, and then it's nearly 20 USD per slab because of the 10% tax in Japan. So right away, we're gonna be eating more of the charges. So that's gonna be an added cost for people who are impacted, such as myself. Last year, PSA was doing grading specials for $13.99, $14.99. You can get your submission in at those price. And then recently, as of January, they bumped up the price to $16.99. And then now this is another price increase now because if we want to grade, it's going to be closer to $20 per slab now. So on top of shipping, insurance, and round trip shipping. So unlike the American collectors, they can store the card in PSA Vault, but then for overseas collector, we cannot do that. So we have to pay another additional like $80 in FedEx charge. So that's going to be quite painful to bear for graders. My angle is this at this situation is that PSA 10 slabs may go up in the short run due to the extra barrier of entry for graders. So if you are holding onto PSA 10 slabs right now, it will be a very good idea to just wait for the market to digest this news and don't sell your PSA 10 in the coming month or so. And then the second take that I have is people will not be able to let's use Canada example. Now becomes very risky because we are not sure what's going to happen to the charges, right? So what do we do? We're going to stay put, and we're not going to grade our cards. So we're not going to risk paying 25% tariff to have the cards go to PSA, and then when PSA send it back to Canada, it's going to be charged another 25%. So that's a 50% upcharge potentially. And right now we have no idea what the customs officer is going to evaluate the tariff based off. Are they basing it on the grading fees, or are they basing on the declared value of the slab? Because PSA automatically impose the maximum insured value of the card. So let's say if PSA is imposing a $500 a value on your slab, and then you have like 30 slabs. So if we do a quick math, $500 times 30 slab, that will become a $15,000 parcel that's coming back into the borders, right? So are you gonna be able to handle a 25% tariff on 15 grand? I don't think any of us will be able to do that, right? So it's actually quite dangerous right now. So it's a bit concerning. In the short term, I think if all the countries can get together and then remove this tariff in the short term, local game stores will be able to weather the storm, but then the damage can be absorbed by us individual collectors. And then steel products within Canada, I believe, is going to see a big jump because for people who are currently holding the booster boxes, they will probably want to hold on to it because for the stores to get more now from the states, it's going to be 25% automatically 25% more expensive, right? So yeah, steel products is going to have an impact on those products as well. And I guess for the buyers and for the collectors, they might steer away from English products because now it's becoming more expensive to get it from the distributors. It's just a domino effect, right? So if the English products have now gone up by 25% due to this tariff, they're gonna swing towards the Japanese products or other languages like Korean products or even the simplified Chinese. There's some 151 booster box that is quite popular. So I believe that the Japanese booster box and the slabs are going to creep up in value because of this change. If moving on, if the tariff lasts for 3 to 6 months, then the smaller local game shop is really going to start to feel the burden. They're importing the stuff. First of all, it's difficult for them to get the products, and secondly, now it's more difficult to sell to the consumers because nobody wants to pay that 25% extra, right? So in the short term, it's going to be really, really hard. And then, in the next 6 months, you're going to see a lot of local car stores struggle with this if there's no positive change to bring about to remove this tariff for everybody. This is really, really bad news, guys. Because these products, if you look at it, a booster box, the margins that a store makes on them is probably 10%, right? So if they sell it to you for 150, let's for example, for a Scarlet and Violet booster box, they make maybe 10, 15, or $20, right? So having a 25% increase to import it just makes 0 sense for them. Yeah, so I'm quite worried and concerned for that aspect of the hobby right now. And then lastly, if the tariff is going to last for a whole year, which hopefully it doesn't, like hopefully Trump will talk to Justin Trudeau or whoever is the political leader, and then they can come to terms and do some deals and get the tariff removed. That would be good news for everybody because if it's already very difficult to get Pokemon products in 2025. People are storming Costco. They're going to Walmart. They're going to all the stores and just scalping the products, right? So if this tariff, it's the kind of like the final straw for some collectors. They might just be like, this is just not worth doing. Why am I doing this? Why am I submitting cards and then paying so much fees and then coming back? I risk the added stress of the tariff. So throughout the year, if it lasts for that long, I can see people just simply quitting the hobby, or they'll just liquidate their portfolio because they just have enough, right? Cannot get products, pretty bad pull rates, and despite the art being so good right now, the Pokemon Company also have difficulty providing supplies to everybody. So yeah, right now it is a pretty difficult scenario, and I'm really hoping things can turn around. hopefully this tariff will not last too long, and we have to find ways to circumvent the current climate. But this video is just made, just from a overseas collector perspective on how difficult things will get moving forward. And also, I completely feel the pain and struggle to my fellow Canadians. The Pokemon products are about to get much more expensive, and it's just a very sorry state that we're in right now. And we shouldn't succumb to this sort of treatment as collectors. So hopefully, to wrap up the video, I hope to stay positive. There will be ways to do this, but then it's just gonna add extra layers of complications, which nobody wants. It's becoming less and less fun to submit cards for grading. So let's just hope that this tariff is not going to last much longer. So thank you for watching, guys. If you are still watching, would love to have a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys feel, and I would love to hear the impact on the Trump tariff on your collecting journey. And if you guys want more content coming from me throughout the year, just give me a like, subscribe, and then you will not miss the next video. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.